Hello and welcome to From Our Perspective, Two Therapists, Moms, and a Mic. I'm Claudia Glassman.
And I'm
And
Katie.
their daughters.
Oh, and we are here today.
You're supposed to be introduced.
Oh, well,
They got excited.
I introduced myself.
You
Yeah.
did.
What's your name?
Ansley.
And who else is here?
I'm Ellie Truax.
Yes, and then we're missing Kenzie because she chose not to participate today. She did not want to share her perspective with us today.
She's our biggest listener, though.
She might be.
Yeah, she is. She's like,
She supports us in other ways, so we're appreciative of that.
That's right. She wants to listen to this episode, not be in it.
That's right. It ruins her surprise if she's in it, man. I mean, come on.
That's right. So we've got our kiddos here with us today. They can share their perspective.
Yes. And they're so excited. We can tell.
Mm-hmm. So both of you guys obviously have therapists as moms.
Mhm.
Let me ask you, what is that like? And is it different than your friends' moms?
Ooh, that's a
Or
good
no?
question.
I don't know. Like, because I don't really, like, I know my friends' moms, but, like, I don't know them as, like, a mom. So, like, I don't really, like, my friends probably, like, don't know you how I do. Like, it's not, like, the same kind of perspective thing. So it's, like, I don't really know, like, the difference because I've only known them as, like, my friend's mom, not, like, my mom. So
Yeah,
I don't really know.
because it's hard to know how they parent.
Yeah, because it's, like,
I
you
agree
are
with
like
that.
different to my friends than you are to me. Like
Yeah.
not in like a bad way, but like it's just like I have like they don't know you every second
Yeah.
of like their life.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with that, except that like I agree with like I don't know how I can't compare you you guys to my friend's mom because they're not my mom, like but y'all sometimes when like at least for my mom, when I talk to you about stuff, sometimes you like ask me questions about it and like work me through it, and that's good.
Oh, good. I'm glad I do that. Do I do that?
Yeah, if you like sometimes I'm like, and you're like, well, how do you feel about that?
It's a very therapist question to ask.
Yes.
Well, because also I like same thing with the perspective thing because I've like only known you as a mom, so I don't know like exactly how my friend's mom like that was kind of what I was trying to get to, like what I said before, but it's like I don't really know how my friends' moms like work those things out. I only know how like you do that.
Okay.
Because like I haven't had my friends' moms like walk me through things, or like I don't really like vent to my friends' moms like the same way I do to you.
That's true. That's true. I get that. Because they're not parenting you. So it's hard to
Yeah.
know what the difference
They're
would
just
be.
like taking care of me for like the time I'm at their house or whatever.
That's true.
Yeah.
They're just feeding you and keeping you alive. Okay,
That's
so
true.
for behind the scenes, guys, like I mean, obviously you've grown up with us. We're the only mothers you've ever had. But like, are there things that we do that you're like, oh my God, that she's a therapist? This is how I know my mom's a therapist.
Okay, first of all, I have no idea what you're talking about. I totally had a different mom in my past life.
We're talking about this life then, just in this life.
But I kind of forgot the question. What was the question?
Well, new question. Am I cooler than the mom you had in your past life?
I don't remember the mom I had in my past life. I didn't. I was joking.
Oh my God. All right. So basically, you've given us nothing so far. You can't tell us how we're different from other mothers. You can't tell us that there's anything that stands out about who we are.
Yeah, but
about
But these aren't,
therapy.
they're not
wait,
bad
wait,
answers. They're just like difficult questions.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, maybe the answer, Katie, that we didn't want to hear is we are just like everyone else and we are not any different. And we're not doing
special,
anything. We're not doing anything, but maybe that's exactly it, is like we're not that different. Right.
So I remember as a girl, so I don't know if any of you guys know this, but before my mother's had several careers, which is not uncommon for Americans. But when I was littler, like when I was a baby, my mother went to nursing school and she specialized in psychiatric nursing. So, and she didn't practice in the field for a long time, but so Ansley and Ellie, if you guys don't know what a psychiatric nurse is, that would be a nurse in a hospital who was trained specifically to work with people who have severe mental illness. So not the type of people that your mom and I see kind of like on a day-to-day basis as clients, but people who have difficulty being in the milieu with the rest of society because they are confused or have difficulty functioning or difficulty keeping themselves safe for other people. So they have to be in psychiatric, or at that time, right back in, this was like, early 80s, they had to be in psychiatric hospitals. So my mother did that as a career for a little while when I was a little girl. And one of the things that was telling for me growing up that I remember that I felt like was annoying and different, but now I'm kind of grateful for, is she used to say things like, use I statements. Back before I knew what the heck an I statement was, man. And
What's an I statement?
so, right. So, okay, good. We don't say that.
Is that the like thing, Mom? Is that the thing that Kenzio like learns at school?
Their school does iMessages, and Kenzie and I had an entire debate last night because she was like, it's not an I statement, it's an iMessage. What are you talking about? And I'm like, yeah, we had a whole argument about semantics, but go on. So yes, I statements.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of feelings talk too. But I don't remember a lot of feelings education, but I was always instructed to use I statements and talk about my feelings. I feel blank. Instead of just being like, I don't want to go to bed. Whatever the thing was. I feel mad because I would like to stay up later.
Yeah, I wonder if some of that's the times though, because like social emotional stuff is incorporated into schools more now than it was when we were kids.
Oh yeah.
So I think the kids are getting that, like almost like everyone's a mini therapist, right? Like that concept is more in school. So maybe the contrast between how we parent and what they experience in other areas is not notable because like society has kind of shifted that way a little bit.
Oh, that's interesting. Do you girls get that kind of education in schools? Do they teach you about feelings?
It's like, nope.
Yeah. Well, more when I was like little, when I was in like what is like lower elementary, so like first, second, third grade. And now it's kind of more like
You should know that already.
just like normal school learning stuff. But like in first, second, and third grade, we mostly like we learned stuff, but we also were working a lot on like emotional stuff and like how to like tell people what you need and stuff like that.
I don't remember really. And then if I did, I don't know if I did. If I did, I don't remember.
Okay.
But
So
I certainly don't know.
you don't know? No, nothing now. So you guys are the same age. And you're going to be 7th graders. Yikes. So educate our 3 listeners about like what's happening in the world of 7th grade girls. What is it like to be, I don't know, a kid these days? That's a
How are
little
we supposed to
I
answer that? We're not
like-
in seventh grade yet.
I have
your age. What's it like to be you?
well, I have like 5 years of girl drama
5 years of girl drama that you have lived through?
stories. Yes,
Oh.
in a row.
Okay, that's a lot of years. So it started in like second grade.
No, my internet connection.
Well, no, second grade was easy. It was third grade. Third grade was a challenge.
It was. I mean, there was like a little bit of drama, but it wasn't like too bad. It was like one thing that I remember that was bad.
So
That was
you-
like they threw me under the bus, and I was like, "What the heck?"
okay. But you feel like 5 years of girl drama. Ansley, have you had 5 years of girl drama? And you guys are obviously, we live in different states. You're in different schools.
Yeah,
But-
because also like I don't really know because my school is so different that it's like I don't even know. I didn't get like a normal like thing. Like it was so small. It was like there were like what 10 other girls in my class, and
Mhm.
those were like the only girls that I ever saw.
Yeah.
So it was like I don't really know. It's kind of like difficult. Well, like yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Ellie's at a small school too. And it may just be the luck of the draw. And Ansley and I were talking about this the other day, that especially when you're at a small school, what it feels like there can depend so much on the personalities. And when you only have 10, 20 kids in a grade, it only takes a small number of kids to really make like the change in the environment. Whereas if you have 150 kids or 200 kids, one kid just goes into the crowd. You know what I mean? So I think for you guys, you may actually notice that stuff more because there's nowhere to go. You can't like find new friends, you know? It's like the same 10 people.
Well, and my problem is like since I'm at such a small school, like there was only like last year for 6th grade, there was only 21, 22 kids in the whole class, in the whole 6th grade class, and they separated it up and they mixed it around every like quarter maybe,
Mhm.
but like it wasn't really getting that mixed because there's only so many people.
So much
You can't mix 21 kids too many different ways. Yeah.
Yeah, because also
And
I
then-
didn't even like change classes, so it was like the same 20 kids that I was around literally my entire school year. Or for really like 3 years we got like a couple different kids. Like some kids left the class and then some new kids came in, but it was like mostly the same people.
Mm.
Like for the most part it was the same exact people that I'm with for 3 years.
Yeah, some new same for me. Like some new people joined, but like other than that, there's just the same old people. What I felt was like, and this goes the same for like in class. I didn't really get like I wasn't really part of a lot of things. I felt like I wasn't part of like conversations. I got like there weren't enough chairs at a table, so I got left out.
Mm. Yeah.
That's a bad
Or
feeling.
like at lunch, we all eat lunch together at a table or something, but afterwards, I'm a really slow eater, so I finish like last. And usually there's the girls separate in 2 groups, and each of the groups go off somewhere.
Mm.
And I basically choose a group. I have to choose a group.
It can be hard to choose, and then you feel left out sometimes.
Yeah, like sometimes I'm like, I'll just go. I'll go walk with them,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just like they basically act like I'm not there. So then I'm like, what's happening? And that's where it all comes back. Therapist mom. And I tell her about all these things that happen at school. It like she can talk me through it because that's what she does.
So one of the things that's stressful for you guys at this age, and maybe in future ages, is kind of that fitting in, finding friends not only that you like and feel a part of, but also avoiding those people that maybe you feel like are not such a good influence or are into things you guys are not interested in doing or being a part of.
This brings me a question I want to get you guys' perspective on. So there's issues, right? And different families have different rules about things like social media, technology, even what foods are allowed, when makeup, when one of the hot buttons this summer for us has been shaving, right? Things like how much skin is showing, right? Are we wearing crop tops? Did I mention makeup? Boys, what interactions with boys are going to be like, right? There's things that your age group is kind of navigating, right? And I think this started probably about a year ago and will continue, right? As you guys navigate into adulthood. But curious your perspectives, knowing that, I mean, again, maybe you can't compare your mothers, but you can compare yourselves to your peers, right? Well, like, and knowing that your mothers are therapists, right? We make our decisions, I would hope, intentionally on what we allow. And of course, we involve your fathers from time to time, but what we allow and when for you guys. So would you say, are you guys like, are exposed to more? Are you exposed to less? Do we let you do more things? Do we let you do less things? I think the two of you are, I think you guys are pretty similar in what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do. But what do you think?
Like versus other girls.
Yeah.
Well, so a lot of the girls at my school like have TikTok or Instagram, Snapchat, maybe. And I think most of them either watch TikToks or YouTube Shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of them, they always all of them know like all these new dances and all these like popular people, like people that they see online and stuff. And like, and there's only like, I don't want to hang out with the boys because they're inappropriate.
Well,
Okay,
yeah, that's my problem. But also, like,
Wait,
everyone
that
knows,
wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
no. But I have something to say. So at this age, I feel like everyone, like, if I hang out with the boys or if I even go out, like, to their table to ask them something, everyone, like, is like, ooh, and it's like they all like ship us or whatever. I don't even know if you guys know what that means, but
What's
like
it called?
Shipping, putting
like,
them in a relationship.
So you'll like put your
Oh,
name.
no.
Me and Ellie were being shipped for some reason.
No.
Like then it could be like, I don't know.
No, we don't have that term here.
It'd be like if they're saying like, for example,
I
you're
get
gonna
it.
make up two names. We're gonna make up two names, Steve and Joanna.
Okay, Steve, I don't need it to be explained.
Wait, hang on.
It could be like Joey.
Wait, if they were like two people at school, and like there was a bunch of other people that were like, I ship Steve and like there was like someone like I ship Steve and Joanna. That'd be like, I feel like they'd be good in a relationship
or something.
Anyways,
Well, I'm gonna shoot you off if you don't answer my question.
I'm trying.
Go back. You're on a good train of thought.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Go back to the things you're not allowed to do.
My
mom says I can't like have TikTok or something because there are bad things. There are bad things on it, and I was like, but like it's just like dances and stuff. She was like, there are bad things on it, and I don't have it, and I don't watch it, so I don't know if there is or isn't. So I trust her, but I kind of just wish I could like see see some dances or something so I can like participate in like those dances at school like with my friends and stuff.
Yeah, I don't care about a dance. It's just whenever you get on any sort of social media platform, with the exception of like YouTube, like the reason we can let you go on YouTube, right, is because YouTube has a kids channel where there are filters you can put into places for as far as like what you can see and what you can't see, who can interact with you, who you can't. Most social media is not like that. So there could be weird people out there, man, doing weird things that you could stumble upon without meaning to, that we don't want you to be exposed to.
Mhm. So, Ansley, are there things we don't let you do? And I already know the answer to this because we have lots of discussions on the things we're not allowed to do. But
Oh well, I really want. I want Snapchat. Also, because I don't care to
Just capture our face.
I don't care to text people. I have text messages. I can text people from there. I honestly don't care. But I want the filters. The filters are good, and all the other freaking filter apps you have to pay for. So it's like, why am I gonna pay $20 if I can just get Snapchat?
I would rather pay the $20 than give you
Yeah.
Snapchat. Just
Oh well,
saying.
then you
Snapchat.
Yeah. So, maybe this is, and I don't know, maybe other people have these conversations, but I wonder how many of your friends or peers' parents have conversations about brain development when they say no to one of these things. And I know that Snapchat's come up, Instagram has come up, wanting to post videos on YouTube channels for publicly, not just privately, all of which I have not allowed. And
yeah, Claude, did I tell you when Ellie made a video? I think it was a Get Ready With Me, right? Or was it?
Yeah, it was a Get Ready With Me.
And it was
Also,
like-
I can talk to you about posting some more. Okay. Anyways.
Okay, but her first video, she was like, "Mommy, can I post this?" Ellie, do you remember the first thing I said to you?
Mm-mm.
Let me talk to Claudia. I did not.
Oh,
say,
yeah.
I did not say, "Let me talk to your father." I said, "Let me talk to Claudia, and I'll get back to you."
No, so Ellie's like, Claudia's ruining my life.
Yeah, she loves you and she loves me, and I think our girls. This is one thing, maybe. I think our girls, whether or not they're happy about our rulings, I think they understand it, because I think one of the things you and I both do is we try to explain the why behind it, right? That like, this is why not.
Yeah. I think that's it. That's what we try to do, right? So Ansley can make YouTube videos. She can post them on a YouTube page.
I just save them to my camera roll.
She does not have a YouTube channel that's public, which was the next, can I just have one? So we talked about, why do you want to publish them? And she wants likes, and it's like, I'm like,
No.
what, sweetie? Go ahead.
Well, I don't know, because I want somewhere to save them, because it takes up so much storage in my camera roll that it's like, it takes up so much storage, and it's like, if I had YouTube and I posted them, then it would take up less storage.
Right. And
Also,
we said,
I just want my
it can't be
YouTube-
public.
But one of the things I don't like necessarily care about posting. I don't know, but I'm kind of fine with saving them to my camera roll. But I want my YouTube account back, because Dad put all these parental controls on them when I was like 7, and so now I just use her YouTube account. But then Kenzie also has used it, so now we get all the things Kenzie watches, and I don't want BFF besties on there or Janet and Kate. So I want my YouTube channel back so I can have things that I want to watch, not like all of Kenzie's video things.
Okay.
I have
That's my request.
I have a YouTube channel, and I originally had it, and I still have it for that reason, but I have it so I can post once I've recorded music and stuff. I want to post my songs and stuff on there, but I don't have anything on it yet, except I have this one Get Ready With Me that my mom let me post, because I clicked, when I posted it, I clicked it's appropriate for kids to see, which automatically turned the comments off. So let me.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Then she let me watch it, because she didn't want the comments to say any rude, inappropriate things.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling my mom, because because you can turn the comments off, and you can also turn likes off. So you people can like your video, but you can't see how many people have liked it. So you can't see who's liked it, but people are still able to like it.
Yeah, and we did talk about that. I feel a little better about that. But what I think I struggle with a little bit, having lived just a few years longer than you, is there are things I did at 10, 11, 12, 16, 21, you name it, that if I had filmed and posted online, I would probably not be so happy that it's still floating in the world today. When you know, Katie and I were kids, we had the luxury of privacy. We couldn't post things publicly. If I did something stupid in the world, nobody recorded it. And the only thing that could happen is people could talk about it, right? But eventually that got old and they moved on. You guys live in a world where there's so much is captured permanently. And when you put it online, there's the chance that it's just always there. And what you think is fun and funny today may not resonate with you in 15 years. And that's the struggle that, you know, we didn't have when we were kids, that it's hard for us to explain to you why that matters right now, because you're like, we don't care what happens when I'm 30, but you will when you're 30, right? So some of this stuff is just, we're navigating a really new world too, and trying to parent you guys through it, you know?
But like on YouTube, I think you can take down like videos. Like in the future, if you're like, oh, I don't want that on there, you can take it down and it won't be anywhere anymore.
Okay, let's go back. So you're a little bit behind the game on social media, huh?
Well, I feel like I feel like I keep talking about how like small my school is, but like I feel like compared to people in my class, like also because I have fourth graders in my class, or I did have fourth graders, so it was fourth, fifth, and sixth. So it was like kind of weird because all the fourth graders are like very behind compared to the sixth graders. Like they're only 2 years apart, but developmentally, what the heck did I just say? But they're just like very different. And so it's like, but also sometimes I feel like the teachers limit what us sixth graders can do because of the fourth graders. So we're not allowed to talk about certain things because there are 9-year-olds in our class.
Mm-hmm. So get back to you kind of jumped around a little bit, Ansley. You were saying that you feel like compared to your peers when it comes to social media technology stuff that we're talking about, that you are where? Ahead?
Ahead, but like then I feel like compared to a normal school, like the school I'm going to next year or something, I might be behind.
Yeah.
Like compared to like normal life, because I've got friends that go to public school and just like normal schools, and they all like have like TikTok and Snapchat and stuff. So I feel like at a normal school, like I would be behind, but at this school, I'm like ahead. But that's also because I'm comparing myself to fourth graders.
Well, and your school, yeah. So the difference is your school is not highly technology focused. And so the parents that gravitate towards that are not going to be the ones that are likely to give their kids a cell phone or all these things. And I know that your current school, I would agree that those kids are, I'm going to say behind, like in the technology realm, because the general vibe of the school is to delay as long as possible with some of the stuff. But your friends that go to other schools are way ahead of you because they've already been doing all this for a lot of years. Yeah.
So it sounds like, Ansley, for you, it's not so much in your mind a function of having a therapist as a mom with a mic, but more so that you are in a small school that's less technology driven and you are the oldest of your grouping in that school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So we don't get blamed for that one. Excellent. What about things like clothes?
Well, I feel like our school kind of like, they don't like really have rules on it, but they make it kind of like, they don't have necessarily rules, but they make it clear that they don't want you wearing crop tops. They want you wearing closed-toed shoes, and they want you like to not be like, to like kind of stay young and like not be focused in like what girls our age are. So like our school kind of like does stuff like that, but they don't necessarily shut the idea down, but they kind of make it clear that they don't want you doing that. So it's like, but also I had a phase when I was probably like 9 or 10 and I did wear crop tops and stuff, but now I don't like feel comfortable with them. Like I don't like to wear crop tops. I like to wear like normal clothes that are like more appropriate for my age. But like when I was like probably 9 or 10, I did wear crop tops, and then I kind of like, that was just like a little phase.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you have rules on that though? Do you remember what the guidelines of your crop top wearing phase was?
Not really, but I'm pretty sure it was just like as long as you feel comfortable or something. That was probably
it was not. Oh, you don't even remember. So it was, you could wear them at home.
Oh.
and you could run around in a crop top at home, but you did not wear them out. And
Oh,
so
I
we
thought I
let,
wore them like I thought I wore them like not like at school, but like I didn't like I thought I wore them like not
we
at
didn't wear
school,
them-
but like when I went places.
you may have gotten out once or twice with one, but you, in general, we did not. We let you wear what you wanted, but like out in the world, we asked you to wear different, because I thought you were too young to wear a crop top, but I also wanted to honor your desire to wear one and not fight that fight. And I felt like at home, I don't care what you're wearing, you can run around naked, it's fine, right? But that was the limits we had on that. But I'm glad you don't remember. It wasn't super scarring then.
I'm too young to wear a crop top. I think that I'm going to do that when I'm 60.
There you go.
Well, you're too young. You're supposed to wear a crop top when you're young.
Yeah, when we
Anyway,
Sorry.
back to the question.
Wait, you guys can't talk at all at once because it can't record all the people talking together. You have to take turns.
I'm trying to.
Before we digress. Okay,
Podcasting 101.
clothing.
I'm
Clothing,
talking.
clothing. Okay, Ellie, go.
A lot. Well, not a lot. Well, kind of a lot. A lot. Some of the girls at my school wear crop tops, and they're allowed to show their bellies. And I had a phase where I really just wanted to wear a crop top and show my belly so bad when I was like 9 or 10, like Ansley said. But now, I mean, I wear crop tops. I'm wearing a crop top right now, but I wear pants that are higher waisted or high waisted. So when I'm normal, it doesn't show. But maybe if I like reach my arm up, it shows a bit. I went through most all of my life. I didn't like tank tops. I just liked short sleeves. And then I went through a phase where I liked baggy shirts, and they were like really long and baggy, and the sleeves were like down to here, and they were baggy. But now I like tight tank tops.
there was my dress phase, and then there was my crop top phase, and then there was I don't even know phase, and now there's this phase.
This
In
is
this
like
phase.
I love this outfit. Butterfly
Now there's my Lululemon phase.
and a tank top.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
because you change your style as you kind of.
Now there's my like Lululemon phase.
So tell me, what stresses you guys out? What do you guys like when you navigate through your day? What do you guys feel stressed about?
Well, at school, we're not in school now, but like
Right.
from previous, I think I just before school, when I was getting ready for school, I always struggled to find an outfit because I wanted to find one cute that I liked and I felt comfortable in, that I was allowed to wear, like that fit the guidelines of basically the guidelines of what I was allowed to wear, like crop tops that weren't too cropped. Basically, that was like basically it, or like booty shorts, like no booty shorts, like that showed too much booty.
I feel like
When
I'm like,
But like,
I don't wait.
Hold on, Ansley. I'm not sure she was done with her thought. Ants, give it just one. Hold on, 1 second.
But I struggled to find an outfit every day because I wanted to find one, like I said, that fit the guidelines, but I was allowed to wear and that I felt comfortable in, but also that my friends wouldn't judge me in.
Yeah, so that pressure to fit in, kind of.
So
But
outfit selection, peer pressure, finding that it sounds like there's three opposing forces, right? There's you, what feels right to you innately, then there's what mom will say, and then there's what the peers are thinking or judging or what the standards are out there when it comes to clothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Ansley, what are the
Ansley.
stressors for you?
Well, I don't know. I feel like there was less, but more judging. Like with being a small school, like I don't really know, but I just like. But okay, that's like irrelevant to what I was gonna say. But what was I gonna say? I don't remember.
What stresses you out?
what was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So like because my school learns differently, so it was like the one time where I did a more normal like project or something, I didn't feel like as prepared as like because it was like more normal school style, and like I didn't ever do that, so I felt very unprepared. Like when I did my big like research project called like an MO, and like I felt very unprepared, and it stressed me out so much because I had never done anything like that. It was like a big research project, and it took like 3 months, and it was very like stressful because I hadn't really done anything like that like ever.
You were really stressed about that. So now that it's done and several months behind you, how do you feel about it looking back from like this spot?
Oh, I think it was easy, but like they made it seem so like big. They were like they told us like in October, and we didn't do it until like the end of February. And
Yeah.
they were like they talked about it in like October and how we needed to think of our topic and get prepared and get a new backpack and make sure we had a desk space. And it was like all those things. And it was like it wasn't for another like 6 months. And they made it very big.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me, there was also one thing that was kind of like not as much like super stressing, but like something that was like this is basically just causing more problems. Like the classrooms are really small, really small for the sizes of the class. And I know that like the classes aren't that big, but like for the classroom, the classes are really small. And ours are like you have certain like tables and chairs, and you just like go in and pick a spot, unless you have like the class is bad behavior, and you don't listen to the teacher to a point where they decide to do assign seats, and everybody hates it because you have to end up having to sit next to one of the people that you don't like. Anyways, like at the end of the school year, there was one teacher who I only had like two teachers like for like the main thing. One teacher taught history and ELA, and one teacher taught math and STEAM. But but there was one teacher, she made the rule that you couldn't bring your backpack in the classroom. You either had to leave it out in the hall or leave it in your cubby. And my backpack, I like bringing my backpack because it had like everything I needed in it, and I didn't need to like carry a whole armful of things trying to like navigate through all the chaos of everyone switching classes and all the things. Because when we were switching classes, it was like we were finishing a class, but then one class was like already got dismissed, so they were like crowd, like literally you couldn't walk out, crowding the doorway, or they came in when we weren't finished, and we were like, get out, and they were like, no. They were like, no, you leave. And I'm like, you just like wait in your classroom in your chair until we're like done, and then like when we come out, you come out, and then like we all just like peacefully switch.
Well, I think that is a stressor for you, and I think that's some flavor of that has always been a stressor for you. In our family, we talk about this as being sensory sensitivity, right? Where if there's a lot of noise or a lot of people or a lot of touching that we can't elect or control, that it's overwhelming for Ellie. It's overwhelming for me also. Her dad's cool as a cucumber about everything, so he doesn't count when it comes to this. But Ellie does not do well, nor do I, with the pushing and pulling and yelling and blah, blah, blah. We can handle through crowds, like if we're at a movie theater or Disney or something where we're anticipating that, we can tolerate it. So maybe that's even just a mindset shift, right? If we can tolerate it at those places, maybe we're prepared for that at school. and not expecting it to be calm. Like home is very calm for us most of the time.
But like at Disney, it's still overwhelming.
Yeah.
And at the movie theater, it's still slightly overwhelming, but it's less overwhelming. It's not as overwhelming, not even as school for me. And but like at school, the floors are pure concrete and the walls are so thin. If there's one class here and then there's another class here, you can hear each other. And there's an art in the art room. They have metal tables. It's a huge room. Well, decently big room. And then, like I said, the floors are pure concrete. So, and everyone is talking and yelling at once. So it's like a party. But you had like metal tables and concrete, so all the sound bounces off of everything. So it's like everyone's screaming, but like they're not. They're yelling. It's not
Yeah.
screaming, just yelling.
We'll
Yeah.
get you some noise canceling headphones.
And then that stresses you out because it's too loud and too much.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I necessarily feel like super stressed, but I feel almost like unprepared for like next year because I've been at like a completely different school my entire life. And it's like literally anything I do, it's going to be completely like polar opposite of what I've known my entire life.
Mm.
It's like we have iPads. We were never allowed to bring our phone to school. We didn't even like, we literally hadn't done like anything with technology like at my old school, and now I'm doing everything on an iPad. And it's like we've never changed classes except once a week for art, Spanish, and music. But
Mhm.
like now I'm changing classes every like hour and a half or whatever.
Yeah, it'll be different. It'll be a little bit of a different system. I think when it comes to the iPad, you clearly know how to use a tablet, and I think you will do just fine with that. But that is a difference, right? Where a lot of your school's online. Yeah, it's different. But I will also tell you, and there are a lot of times you go into different systems and you figure it out. Every summer camp you've gone to, you have no idea how it works. The school you're at, they're at different locations, and you're changing every week, and you figure that out. So it'll be a little bit of an adjustment, and then you settle in like you do anytime you have to go to a new environment, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's hard. I mean, I remember when I grew up, I went to public school. And so the town I grew up in, we did kindergarten through 5th grade in one school. That was called elementary school then and there. And then middle school, I went to a new school for 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then high school, I went to a third school for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And I know you girls are doing it differently than that, but that's kind of a traditional model, or at least it was in the state I grew up in, North Carolina, where it was kind of normal for kids to move from one school to another school and then to another school. And then a lot of kids after that went to college. Obviously not everybody, but so moving schools was kind of normative, whereas for you girls both, I mean, you guys have been in a school that goes longer than that. So you have been in one spot for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2 to 12. And Ansley, I think your old school goes through middle school, is that right?
Through 8th, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, through middle school.
Yeah.
Mine
weird
starts
talking-
from day school to graduation, but I started at 2nd grade,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm in
I-
7th. We're going into 7th.
I always feel weird like talking to my friends that go to like public school or just like not a Montessori school. And it's like I don't like I feel like this is somewhat going back to like comparing myself to like other people. It's like I just feel weird because I don't know like the same things, and I don't have like the same experiences, and I don't know the same things. It's like very much different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
and I feel like that too, even though I'm talking to the people, but I feel like that when I'm talking to the other girls that go to my school. But that's only because they talk among each other, and I feel like they might hang out with each other, talk to each other, like I said, hang out with each other. more than together, maybe in smaller groups, bigger groups. But I feel like I'm always left out. Like no one this summer from my girl group has asked me to hang out this summer except one person.
I think
I have one more question.
Yes.
Can we wrap up with this? This is going to be a doozy.
Uh-oh.
What about boys? How like with therapists as mothers, how do you feel like that has impacted how you think about where you are in your readiness or your interest or your journey with romantic involvement?
I don't want a boyfriend. I don't want a boyfriend, but I don't.
It's because you got me. You don't need anybody but me.
I
The face. If we could capture the face.
don't know if like having me as a mom has shifted anything for her in regards to that. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really get what you mean, like how you being a therapist would affect me dating anyone. But my
You blame me for
I
it.
don't really get what you mean by that. But I do know that I'm not allowed to date yet because I'm not old enough, and I don't want to date anyone because I feel like I'm not ready.
Yeah, I don't really
Have that because everyone who dates someone at school is just they just end up breaking up, and they're not like dating. They're not like kissing or anything. Like it's not like they say like, oh, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but it doesn't mean anything. And they end up breaking up anyway. Like it's just like no one in my class is really ready because they're not like. I mean, I'm just speak from like from like my perspective. Like I don't like some people maybe like I don't know dating people like outside of school that I don't know about and they haven't told anybody or like but like I mean like from like the people who just keep dating that one boy, like it just they break up so fast and so easily, and then it's like over like that, and then they get back together. Like it doesn't mean anything. They just want to be with someone. Dating someone.
All right. Well, let me pause you there because we're running at the end of our time. But
I'm done.
I think it's interesting that so far I've not heard either of you be able to like pinpoint any one thing that you're like, yes, because you're a therapist, you are this way, or my life has been this way, or my rules have been this way, or my family's been this way, that you can attribute maybe some things you're facing, some things you're wrestling with or struggling with or navigating, or maybe ways you're different. But it sounds like some of those are based on the milieu of your school. Some of them are based on your personalities. Some of them are based on kind of your age, but not too much to hang on the fact that your moms are therapists. Is that right?
I think those questions are very hard to answer because like I don't know anything else. So like I've only known her, so I don't really know the other like parenting styles.
Well, thank you guys for being here today and taking time out of your afternoons to hang out with your moms.
Like I have anything better to do.
Well, I'm sure you could have found something.
Oh my gosh.
No.
So no difference between having, but I hear what you guys are saying, right? How do you know what's different if you have a therapist mom when you don't know what another mom would be like? So I appreciate that. We'll have this podcast again in like 20 years, and we're going to ask you if you notice anything from, I think it's interesting, like in the future, like looking back, maybe it would be.
We'll both be 22.
No,
Well,
20 years.
No, wouldn't we be 32?
Yeah.
Wouldn't we be 32?
Oh, and that's 10 years.
32.
We'll be 32, and you'll be like old.
Oh God.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thanks, girls.
That's it for today. Bye. Say bye to everyone.
Goodbye,
One.
listeners.
I miss you. Come home.